Now, imagine you could blast a death claw with a fat man hooked up to a fat man. Nah, I mean... And we'll get to that on a separate occasion. Now there's been word of 6 crystals spread throughout the Commonwealth, but first let's see if we can retrieve some intel from Preston Garvey.
What? You brought him here to kill me!
So for our 2 main weaponages, we're gonna go with the Charger pistol with a sleek Mexican standoff weapon draw animation, and for our secondary, we'll do a steampunk Japanese weapon from West Argentina, Namin, alongside the custom fitted Leonardo da Vinci. Now, unfortunately, we got little to no information from Preston, but luckily, I was roaming around the Concord area and just randomly decided to enter the sewage where the fucking Deathclaw comes out of, and that activated our quest. Namin.
Come and find me, mortal, if you desire power.
So yeah, we're just gonna come and find him because I do desire power. And we're gonna walk with our blade out just in case we need to slice a rad or mole or something. Nah, I mean...
Son!
So we find ourselves a nice stylish pistol, and on the crotch of the skeleton for some reason we find ourselves a ring. Nah, I mean, a ring of power.
The weapon you have there is no mere gun. It is an otherworldly artifact, capable of immense destruction.
So the voice instructed us to head over to our first crystal location, which is the Saugus Ironworks. And it should be at that blast furnace room, you know, where that one mission took place. Nah, I mean...
Yes, the Inferno Crystal. The power to immolate your foes to a crisp will be in the palm of your hands, mortal.
Learn! Who's the bet?
Now the voice made it clear that the next crystal will be in a place that beginning it all, where it all began, an icy place of slumber. So we make our way to there. Know what I mean? Now this place brings so much nostalgia. The last time I was here was like 200 years ago in 2015. Now I mean, so yeah, we just retrieved the ice crystal, which is in a ice capsule.
You were frozen and helpless, mortal. But with this crystal, you can exact vengeance upon the crystal.
And now we've arrived at the Eiffel Tower where those super mutants reside, and we're just gonna make our way to the top, and the easiest way to get to the top is to use the elevator. Nah, I mean... And as you can see, we are using the weapon, but without any crystal, you know, just to see how it operates. So it's like, imagine the children of the atoms had revolvers that shot out radiation. So it's like something like such. Okay, so let's just grab this Crystolian. Know what I mean?
The Windward crystal attempted to purify the half-wits in this area. It appears, however, it was ineffective. Take it and make better use of it.
There y'all is.
Now for our next location, we're gonna need a power armor. The thermodynamic Raidinator, specifically designed to withstand the harshest conditions like the glowing sea, and we're gonna pair that with the Inferno crystal we collected in the new revolver, magical revolver. Know what I mean? Because our next location is Mexico. So we're first gonna get rid of several hazards in the way. Now, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Inferno Crystal, but I know this next one's gonna be good because we are retrieving it on top of Pyramid. And we all know from watching BBC that pyramids hold great power, I mean? So this crystal will be on top the Sentinel Site Pyramid, where the nukes came out of. So we find ourselves at the Poseidon energy plant, and the next crystal is said to be somewhere where it's wet and where there's ocean. Now I mean, so we're gonna make our way to this. We're gonna make our way over there somewhere, and it should be there. Now I mean.
Remnant of a beacon of light. Not ideal for the sun crystal, but it's much better if you just take it for itself, though.
Now for our final location, the Dunwich bow arrows. Now we do have the lightning crystal infused into our weapon with a nice scope, and we have our first victim, a lone zombie, in the cover of the night time. Now I mean. Okay, now that one is the only one we're gonna probably be using. I mean, that's basically Thor inside a revolver in the palm of our hands. Now I mean, so we're gonna do this one nice and sneak with our weapon, with our Japanese weapon from Argentina. Now I mean.
Think you can?
Now we're just gonna make our way to the bottom crevice of Dunwich barriers, and it should be in that area where those illusions happen if you've been to this place. So let's go there. And why don't we just talk about some lore, you know what I mean, of this Dunwich borrower's place. The site is widely theorized to be connected to a Lovecraftian deity or ancient interstellar being that influence susceptible humans like the raiders that wander this place. Now I mean, and as the miners dug deeper, they discovered disturbing and ancient secrets. Now the management for the project was 4 people: Bob Stanson, John Hatfield, Bradley Roy, and Tim Schutz. And they gathered in the dark, where they became entangled in whatever dark force management had awakened. Now I mean. And when you enter the main room, there'll be a body of water in the middle, and if you actually dive and go deeper, you'll come across a strange metallic face with its eyes closed. Also on an altar there'll be a dagger that you can retrieve, But we're not gonna get into that. We're just gonna get our crystal and we're gonna get the fuck out. Nah, I mean. We finally obtained the last fucking crystal for Jesus fucking.
Many have said I do things that are not correct to do. I don't believe in such talk as this. I am nice man with happy feelings all the time.
What? My God, your vet taught me to spot. Don't. Your vet taught me to spot. What? Your vet taught me to spot.